So we moved into creating batches now. So creating batches, what is a batch? Right? So why do we call a batch? A simple definition is a batch is a set of sequences. So it could be any number. That's up to us for us to decide. But batch is basically a set of sequences. So it could be 10 sequences together called as batch, or 20 sequences, or 50 sequences. So in this example, I've taken the batch size is 120. That is nothing but it is 120 sequences put together. It's called as a batch, right? Okay. So to create a batch, all we need to do is use this shuffle and batch methods here, right? You just have to call this methods here, and the buffer size is set as 10,000. The reason why we set a buffer size to shuffle is because if you don't provide a buffer size to shuffle, it will try to pull all the data, the entire document into its memory and then shuffle, which is not good for performance. So we set some limit saying that take 10,000 as a buffer size and then shuffle it, and then once you're done with it, then take another 10,000, then shuffle it. That way it doesn't affect the performance as such, right? So that is the whole idea behind it. Then you pass on the batch size and then you drop the remainder again, right? So now you created batches. So now remember, you have the sequence length of 130 characters, right? And batches combination of 120 sequences, right? So let's print the size of print this data set and see what's the size. So if you see here, you have 130 characters per sequence into 120 sequences. So that's what basically it means. And why do we have this repeated twice? So if you remember, you have the input sequences, that is 120 input sequences here, and its corresponding 120 output sequences. So that is what this is about. So this is just to get an understanding that how the shape of this looks like before you jump into training the data set, right? So now that we created the batches, so what is the purpose of the batch? Basically, it helps us to send data in batches rather than one sequence at a time. Now you will be able to train it better with this way. So it's just a way with the series prediction models wherein you have a batch of data sent for training first, and then over a period of time you get another batch of data, right? In this case, the input data doesn't come over a period of time. Say for example, if you're doing a stock market prediction, so you don't get all the data on day one. You get a bunch of data on day one and another set of data in day two. In that case, you get data in batches. So it helps to do it this way, to be able to train the data in batches rather than train everything in a single attempt. So that's basically a simple explanation, probably to make it understand better. But in this case, you create batches and then pass it on to the model.